I've taken a lot of flack in my comments section for being an American and people saying, what do you know about Doctor Who? How can you have an opinion about Doctor Who? You're a Yank. Well, I have a token British person with me today. Her name is Purple Valkyrie. She's a fantastic YouTube creator. Purple, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
You know, you say that now, but what we're about to look at, you may regret this decision. And you can see the title, Doctor Who's Ncuti Gatwa answers your questions on the new series.
Let's see what they've got for us.
Right, that's it. The 60th anniversary episodes have been wrapped up. We've said a big goodbye to David Tennant and Catherine Tate.
Whoa. We didn't say goodbye to David Tennant and Catherine Tate, did we? David Tennant is still around.
Come with me.
Wow.
Nobody's looking at the camera. I noticed that much.
Well, Purple Valkyrie, nobody's watching the show, so why should you look at the camera, right?
I think if you come to this for the first time, you're going to be captivated by those two lead characters. There's the Doctor and there's Ruby Sunday, but also there's goblins.
Purple Valkyrie, how is it that this show, which was the flagship money-making show for the BBC back from 2005 until Jodie Whittaker showed up, how is it that this show now is trying to be a agenda-driven, Disney-backed indoctrination show?
I think it's because they've driven away the core fans, the people that have watched it for the past 50 years, the mums and dads that sat down with their kids and passed on the love of this sci-fi show. And that's what this show has always been. And that is what Russell T Davies is clearly desperate to get away from now that they're in league with Disney.
I think if you like great big films, if you like Pixar films, if you like holiday films, if you like entertainment films, this is like a British version of that.
Is this show, in your opinion, still quintessentially British, or what is it? Is it something else?
I don't think so. I think it's becoming more and more multicultural, which is what the BBC wants.
A Rwandan proverb.
Always, when you think of Doctor Who, I think people thought of a British show. It was a British actor, usually a character actor that in the lead role, someone who was a little bit strange, but someone who encompassed the human side, but had that weirdness as well. And I think that is what they're trying to get away from. They're trying to bring it to a modern audience. But as we've seen with the ratings, is that audience actually there?
Right, Ncuti, thank you so much for joining us here on Newsround. We've got so many questions. What was your reaction to hearing the news that you would be the 15th Doctor?
It was that.
Purple Valkyrie, what was your reaction to Ncuti Gatwa being announced as the Doctor?
Not surprised, considering this is something that they were pushing, I think, from 2016. I believe STEVEN Moffat wanted a black actor to play the Doctor. Now, back then, whoever it was, I don't believe they ever said. It fell through. But this is something that's been on the cards for quite a while.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Purple Valkyrie sent me this article. It is from the BBC and goes back to June of 2016. Doctor Who role was offered to a black actor, says STEVEN Moffat. Of course, STEVEN Moffat was the showrunner back then, said that the show had no excuse not to feature a more diverse cast, adding it would be amazing for it to have two non-white lead actors. How about if it would be amazing to have the two best people for the role and to have Doctor Who be Doctor Who in what it always was? Jesus, that's when it made money, right? Now we're going to see this spelled out in even more detail. Quote, sometimes the nature of a particular show, historical dramas for instance, makes diversity more of a challenge, but Doctor Who has absolutely nowhere to hide on this. Quote, young people watching have to know that they have a place in the future. That really matters. Historical truth, fact, reality, history, that doesn't matter. Representation does. Quote, you have to care profoundly what children's shows in particular say about where you're going to be. Moffat said that Doctor Who must find new ways to get ethnic minority actors on the screen in the future. Not tell good stories, not make money, just represent for the sake of representation. As a matter of fact, Purple, I'll let you read this quote.
we've got to kind of tell a lie. We've got to go back into history, and there will be black people where historically there wouldn't have been, and we won't dwell on that. We'll say, to hell with this. This is the imaginary better version of the world. By believing in it, we'll summon it forth.
This is such a perfect match with Disney's Destroy the Past, Kill It. We've seen it in franchise after franchise after franchise. Again, this is from 2016 when this was all in vogue.
Now, we've got this question actually from one of our viewers who asks, does your doctor ever encounter racism when they go into the past, like Yaz and Ryan did in the episode Rosa, or Bill in the episode Thin Ice?
The truly obvious thing here is that Disney is 100% on board with this. We know what Disney does. We know what agendas they want to push.
Race is definitely an element that we are not shying away from contending with.
I think this fits right into the BBC's diversity and inclusion plan that they've had. I believe it was 2021 they started this, and they have set firm guidelines on how much representation they want, and this is the way that they are going to shoehorn it in.
And that's the thing with time travel. There's been precarious times in our past, and it's good to address those moments of our history so that we can have a much better future.
I could think of some moments that you might want to look at. Do you think that's what we're going to get, Purple Valkyrie, or are we just going to get racism?
Oh my god! Proverb.
Oh my god, it's so good! Oh god, it's so good, it's so good!
I think they're going to cherry prick, and I think they're going to bend historical accuracy. This is exactly the direction I thought that this show was going to be going, and I think it's terribly sad for the fans. I know a lot of people grew up watching this show and passed it on to their kids. Do parents now want their children watching it, though? That would be my question.
Yeah, and I often think the characters and the action are for the adults and the messaging is for the kids. Actually, it's that way around.
I'm Salty Traveling C. Once again, this is Purple Valkyrie. Check out her channel. I know you and I are going to be talking woo-woo pretty soon. Please, if you're watching this video, give me a thumbs up. Please give me a comment. What do you think about all of this? And as ever, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.